Thank you for joining. Welcome to the Soul Elevation Podcast, guiding your ascension to new heights. And I am just doing a little adjustment here. Hopefully, we're streaming on YouTube now. But thank you so much for being here. Sorry, I'm getting an echo here. Okay, I'm your host, Kara Goodwin, and I'm so excited to be with you right now. I want to talk about what's going on right now because it is full on. March is so full. March of 2025 is just bringing it. So I'm excited to talk about this. I want to bring up a couple of things first because tomorrow at noon Eastern, I have a live stream, a free live stream with Ken Lloyd. So I'll put the link, I'm going to drop the link for registering for that because you can register and then you'll get the link to join us on Zoom and you can ask your own questions and be a part of that. And that's going to be really great. If you haven't heard Ken's first episode with me, he is a walk-in. He's embodying 22 soul aspects. He does light language. He's had a near-death experience. So he's super interesting. He does energy healing and he likes to do energy healing for the group as part of that, as part of being together. So do join us for that. That'll be tomorrow, Tuesday, March 11th at noon. And the other thing I'm so excited about is I've got my book launching, and the soft launch is this week, actually. So I will be in Sedona doing my soft launch by the end of the week. So I'm so excited. My books are there waiting for me. I can't wait to hold it. And I am offering the books in advance on my website. You won't be able to purchase the books on Amazon and Barnes and Noble and all the regular online carriers until April 21st. That's when they'll be available everywhere. But you can get a signed copy from my website, karagoodwin.com. I'll put the link in the notes when I'm finished recording for that. You can, if you're in the continental United States, I can send you with free shipping a signed copy. So you can order those now, but I'm not going to start shipping them until March 18th because I don't have any yet. But I'm excited. I'm so excited. So those two things are big things for me. I also have an online summit coming up. Reaching through the veil, I've got 10 amazing speakers, including Mark Anthony, Maureen St. Germain, Deanna Divine, Lori Williams, Katish Haberfield, Heidi Wright, Dr. Charnel. We've got so many, Julie Conrad, Joy Giovanni, Michael Massey. So it's going to be really amazing. We're going to be talking about basically developing psychic skills, developing the ability to connect with loved ones and guides on the other side. So you can join us free live, or the replay will be available for 24 hours for free. You can upgrade and have lifetime access to the replay. There is also a VIP upgrade where you get the lifetime access to the replay plus great gifts from all of the speakers. So I'll put the link to that too, but you can get to that at karagoodwin.com. So you don't want to miss that. So some really great and fun things. It's a really ripe time, and that feeds right into the discussion on March because March has just been really full already. I just met with a friend of mine today and we were like, how is it March 10th? I cannot believe we're a third of the way almost through March. It feels like it just started, but it is bringing so much. It's a time for many people, it is showing up as chaos. So do understand that if you're feeling hit hard by March and it's not feeling great, that this is not unusual. There is so much energy that is changing right now. And you can look at this astrologically. We had a planetary alignment with 7 planets. If you include Earth, there were 8 planets. That was right as the calendar flipped over from February to March. And there was a new moon at the same time. And it changed a lot of energy. And that can come through as being very chaotic. What it's actually doing is breaking things down, breaking out and clearing out things that are not serving you for the next version of yourself, for the next iteration. So it's kind of like, when your feet grow, as when you're a child, and you might start getting holes even in your shoes. They start breaking down because your feet are outgrowing them and your shoes kind of get destroyed. I know my kids have been going through this over the years, and it's suddenly like we need to go buy new shoes again, and they're just destroyed. And you feel like I just bought those, but you're just outgrowing things. But there is this kind of tearing down as you outgrow it. And if you think about it, that's so purposeful, because when you're in comfort, if things seem like they're working, but you're really not where you're supposed to be, but you're comfortable, then what is the impetus to change, to actually meet the next part of yourself? Sometimes it really does, and I've experienced this many times where it's like something is fine, or I'm comfortable, and then it just stops working, and it might break down in a very loud way where it's just like, okay, this is not working anymore, or it's, what used to be is now destroyed. It can be really, really difficult. It can be painful. It can be uncomfortable. It can be scary, because when we're comfortable, we know what to expect. When we start to get into discomfort, there's that security piece that is, I don't know what to expect. I don't know if this next thing is going to work, but life is actually working in your favor to really show you very clearly, okay, this is not what you're supposed to be doing. This is not where your growth is. So we're going to pivot. But just know that as you're in that transition of pivoting, that it is, by its very nature, it can be really tricky. So if you're experiencing that, just understand that it's part of it. You are so lovingly held and guided, and you do have so much support on the other side helping you through. So don't forget that, because when we're in the muck, when we're in the discomfort, when we're in the chaos, we can feel alone. We can feel like we're in a storm and we're so vulnerable. And it can be really easy, because there's so much chaos happening in the physical world. It can be really easy to forget that we have this support on the other side. So reach out to your higher self, to your team, angels, archangels, ascended masters, your ancestors, and allow them to assist you. And so, all of that to say that there is an opportunity here, and it's very intense. It can be very intense. I feel that 2025 has been just a very it has been a strong year. It has been a year that things are showing themselves that have been comfortably kind of hiding. And it feels that the time has come for a lot of things that we haven't been addressing, whether that's people, individuals or collectively, but things that we have allowed to stay hidden are rising to the surface. And again, it's an opportunity, but things are changing so fast. Things are changing fast in the collective as well. It feels like there are a lot of people who are starting to question the mainstream mentality. They're noticing, they're questioning things that they've taken for granted for a long time, and they're starting to think, whether it's healthcare, whether it's ETs. I'm seeing so many people are sending me things where it's like, mainstream media outlets now talking about I had a neighbor send me something yesterday that was, the headline was, the government now admitting that ETs are real. And the first line of it was like, if you still don't believe in ETs, you're behind. And I was like looking at the source, and I'm like, wow, that's a really mainstream media outlet. So that's a huge leap for collective humanity to be like, at least as Americans, we've been in this period for so long where there's been this denial, and people have been ostracized, people have lost careers, people have been kicked out of society. for insisting that they've had experiences with aliens. It's something that has taken a lot of bravery and courage for people to own their experiences, because there's this societal okay, I'm not going to be able to say that, but they're ostracized. They're, and people have lost their careers, they've lost their credibility. So it's really huge that media outlets are now like, oh, if you don't believe in aliens now, you're behind. you know um so many things are changing, and that means that individuals are having to face their own beliefs and decide, that can be scary too. Is there more going on than what I have been able to accept, that I've been willing to accept? Is reality what I think it is? So if you're going through that, or if you know people who are going through that, just take a breath, be patient with yourself. And that it's a big leap when you start to awaken to when reality starts to seem like it's different than what you've always thought that it was. Um, just really be patient with yourself, and understand, like, just let the information kind of come to you, and let yourself digest it bit by bit as you're ready, as you're able. And there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of support out there, but do know it can be a little overwhelming. It can be disorienting. There's no need to be too fast. That's the big thing. You can really kind of blow your mind as you start to open up to some of the differences between what we're sold in the mainstream, and as you start to open up to, wait a minute, what's going on beyond what I'm told by the media, beyond what I've been taught growing up, beyond what mainstream society has told me. It's very normal that you would have believed the things that you've believed up to this point, and that when the time is ready, you do start to get introduced to new things where it's like, oh, this is kind of undeniable. So everybody goes through this. Well, at least if you, everybody who would be watching this is probably at some phase, has gone through that, is going through that. Otherwise, you wouldn't really be attracted to this content. There are, of course, huge swaths of the population who are not interested in this still, and that's okay. Everybody has their own time. We all do things in our own way, but the energies of the year, of the month, are kind of facilitating that opening for people who might be inclined to look into other to look beyond the surface, let's say. So, all of that to say that a lot is happening, and you may be noticing in your own life chaos, and just your life being uprooted a little bit. And no, the whole point of this, just remember, you have so much help on the other side. I highly, highly recommend meditation, taking time every day to connect with yourself beyond the physical, beyond your thoughts, really working to still your mind so that you can get some of that internal guidance, that intuition, and you can be connected with the eternal aspects of yourself rather than relying on all your information coming from outside of yourself. That's really, really, really critical to your growth. And undoubtedly, that is part of the invitation that you have with whatever is showing up in your life right now. So, with that, I send you many, many blessings. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you for everything that you're doing to come into the highest version of yourself. And I will see you next time.